Paul Pogba moved the Heineken because it has 0.0 on it, which is the number of trophies that Man United won this season. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to the Not So Daily Show, the show that comes to you daily, except when it doesn't. I'm your host, Themba Kevin. Let's begin with a big story from last week. Cristiano Ronaldo did what AKA allegedly couldn't do and removed the Coke that was placed in front of him. In a pre-match media briefing, he moved 2 bottles of Coca-Cola away, picking up a bottle of water, saying the words agua, which means water in Spanish, to signal that people should drink water instead of Coke if they want to be healthy and look like this. Or alternatively, they can keep drinking Coke and look like this.
Будете вот здесь видеть человека, который задает вопрос. Я предоставляю слово. Перевод синхронный, если иностранцы отсюда будет русский текст из колонок.
But while some people think Cristiano removed the drinks because of a beef with Coca-Cola, the company, with some publications even claiming that Coca-Cola lost $4 billion in the markets because of this. It's not true. Cristiano simply removed the Coca-Cola bottles because, well, goats and baby goats should only drink water and eat grass.
Just between us, no one's listening. Does he have what it takes to reach the top?
Not yet. I'm hard with him sometimes because he drink Coca-Cola and Fanta sometimes, and I'm pissed with him. I'm fight with him, and when he chips and fries and everything, I don't like it. Even my small kids, when they eat chocolates, they always look to me, and we have to be strong. But to be honest, he have potential.
Moving on to Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, and also the man that lost his wife and $38 billion for sending a dick pic, is about to send a giant dick into space.
Rockets everywhere this morning, while outdoing his fellow billionaires in the race to space. Amazon boss Jeff Bezos will blast into orbit next month.
You know what they call that?
A rocket.
They call it Blue Origin.
That's right, Carl. Good morning to you, Carl. Good morning to you, Ali. Launch of the interesting shaped rocket, thanks for pointing that out, Carl, will happen on July 20 out of remote West Texas next month.
The space flight is going to take Jeff Bezos, his brother Mark, and a third guy who paid over $28 billion in auction to join them, beating Somizi for the most money spent to ride a dick. Staying with Jeffs and putting it all out there, CNN reporter Jeffrey Toobin, who was dismissed for masturbating on a Zoom call, has been reinstated at work. And this is what he had to say to his co-anchor on his first day back at work when she offered to recap on why he was gone.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Help yourself.
Okay.
Out of all the words he could have chosen, he went with help yourself. Clearly, he's trying to get her fired too.
In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on camera. You were subsequently fired from that job after 27 years of working there. And you, since then, have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right, sad to say.
But speaking of busted, Amapiano star Buster 929 might have to change his name to Buster 10111 after he was caught partying with underage girls wearing nothing but a towel.
I was trending on Twitter where he was seen on a video with 2 young girls in his crib or rather apartment. Those who don't know the video, this is the video.
The song they were partying to literally says "Sidlobusha wait," which translated means "we are eating our youth." I haven't heard that level of self-snitching since Bobby Schmurder dropped "Caught a Body" just a week ago. And you all know how that ended up. That's so perfect. It's definitely going away, bro. Or you should be going away, unless he has a cold drink. It's late.
We know that in this country, cold drink fixes everything.
Cold drink can fix anything, bro.
Sometimes very expensive cold drink, but
yeah. But Buster929 says that the video is not what it looks like. He says what actually happened is that they were DJing a gig, right? And then after DJing the gig, they went out to look for talent at night, and then they found these two girls, allegedly 14 years old, and took them home to make music for 2 days straight. And the only mistake that they made is that they forgot to tell their girls' parents that they were making amazing music in towels while not drinking. Which proves that Amapiano guys literally just freestyle everything. But speaking of taking chances, multitudes of people have stormed to KZN in what has been dubbed the Diamond Rush.
And this morning we take you to a tiny village in South Africa that's been overrun really by thousands of people searching for diamonds. The crowds poured in after a man reported finding a crystal-like stone in a field. Africa, by the way, produces most of the world's diamonds, but not in this area. As Deborah Patta reports, that is not stopping these poor people from trying to dig their way to a better life.
It started with a chance discovery and quickly turned into a mass treasure hunt. Once word got out that a local herdsman had dug up what might be a precious stone, thousands of fortune seekers flocked to this small rural village in KwaZulu-Natal.
But a delegation that was sent by the Minister of Mineral Resources, Bede Mantashe, and the Premier of KZN, Sihle Zikalala, to check the authenticity of these diamonds, has confirmed that the only diamonds that can be found in KZN are Ndu Browns and Daniel Daves. And speaking of fake news, it seems that the story of the Tembisa 10 was actually false, and the woman did not mother 10 kids at once. And if you ask me, they should cast this man for the next Matrix movie, because those are hella bullets that he dodged. Bro,
10 bullets, bro.
10 bullets.
10 bullets. Yo, facts.
Imagine.
10 Pampers in one go. It's a lot of Pampers, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
I think that'll be tough.
That would be tough. And people are already planning a national baby shower.
He would need it.
Yeah. But people said that, like I said, with the story that you didn't agree with me on, they said Coca-Cola lost 4 billion when Cristiano Ronaldo moved away, those things. I think ZCCT probably lost 4 billion because
the share price tanked.
People were ready, bro.
People were ready, bro. Like, all like that team is strong.
But what are the twins, Brayaka, or what are they for? Kenya Suki. Right, it was crazy. But yeah, speaking of the Cristiano Ronaldo thing, as we were speaking off air, I made a joke. I said that Paul Pogba moved the Heineken because it has 0.0 on it, which is the number of trophies that Man United won this season. But I was just joking. He actually moved it because he's Muslim and they don't drink alcohol. So, like, do you think like we're reaching a new age in sports where athletes just won't be silenced? Because before this, something happened with this other guy. Do you know Mesut Ozil?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's of Turkish descent. And there was some beef about something he said or him acknowledging his Turkish heritage.
I have two hearts, one German and one Turkish. I will no longer be playing for Germany at international level whilst they have this feeling of racism and disrespect.
And then after that, he tweeted something about China.
Isabel, once again, a prominent figure from the Western sporting world has become at the centre of a political dispute involving China. It were these comments posted on social media by the German-Turkish footballer Mesut Ozil that have caused the controversy. Now, Ozil's team Arsenal, they actually posted a response to this on Weibo, that is a Chinese social media platform, and here they distanced themselves from Ozil's comments, saying that the content was entirely his own view.
He tweeted something about China, but it got him in trouble to the point where Arsenal were called to like bench him or sideline him. But I say that to say that before, at that time, it was so controversial. But now, from Naomi Osaka, and I relate that to this Cristiano Ronaldo thing and the Pogba thing of like just athletes not shutting up and working for the paycheck anymore.
Yeah. I think yes and no, because it's easier to stand up for yourself when you already have such a big platform, such a big brand / name. You know, so if you say or do something, you're more likely to have a lot of people standing behind you.
Yeah.
which will then dissuade companies or brands or whatever from like trying to silence you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Which is true. I agree with you. Like when I thought about this Coca-Cola and Ronaldo thing, I was like, well, what can Coke really do to Ronaldo? They didn't have a contract with him. They have a contract with Portugal. Yeah. So Portugal could punish Ronaldo, but Portugal probably need Ronaldo more than Ronaldo needs Portugal.
Yeah.
The brand Ronaldo, Portugal is gonna make money off it for a long time to come. So they wouldn't go and.
But also he didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean?
But he did though, because Coca-Cola have paid a lot of money and contracts have been signed to put those Coke bottles there, so that when the guys are speaking, they are on camera.
But
so
as
by
you said,
removing them, that's like somebody paid for an hour of advertising, and you just took away 30 minutes off it.
But as you said, Coca-Cola doesn't have a contract with Ronaldo. So in his individual capacity, he hasn't done anything wrong. And Coca-Cola even trying to retaliate would make them look bad, because it would mean, or they don't want to allow, because what he did was he made a choice, which we all do in daily life, whether we want to drink Coke, sodas, or not. Do you know what I mean?
Coca-Cola paid for those things to be there. They paid the tournament organizers, they paid the national team, and they didn't ask Ronaldo to drink it. They just said they just basically leave it there. So I agree and disagree. I agree that Coca-Cola don't have the power to do anything. They do, because they can punish both. They can say, yo, we paid for this, you guys let a guy remove it. So it's a bit of a...
It's a trick. I think whatever they do, they must just accept the L. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it sets a bad precedent, because straight after Ronaldo did that, it's become the theme of the Euros. Pogba took off the Heineken. So now, even if the Euros were like, let's let Ronaldo slide, just the next day, Pogba proved that a bad precedent has been set, and players are going to pick and choose what they want in front of them. But the guys have already accepted the money for those things to be in front of them, which, relating it to Naomi Osaka, that was the Roland Garros thing, that even if they didn't mind Naomi Osaka not doing it, it's dangerous for people not to be allowed to do press conferences, because they've sold that time to certain stations, to certain TV viewers, and if it's not there, it's like...
Yeah, but once again, I think no matter what Coca-Cola, no matter how they react to this, it will look bad on them to even try do anything, because as I said, as people want to, they don't want to feel like brands are tyrannical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also the point of advertising is it must always feel organic. Yeah. When we have those two Coca-Cola bottles in front, it must look like nothing was paid behind the scene. It must feel like the bottles just happen to be there, or this just happened to be the brand that organizers, players, whatever, wanted to have there.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's good, or rather it's better if it looks like Coca-Cola is okay with people having that choice.
Which is the stance they went with, because they did say anybody can choose what they drink. But behind the scenes, they are panicked.
Of course,
they are panicked.
Definitely. But that's advertising. It always has to come off organic, even though it's not.
We clearly know.
You know what I mean?
It is not.
That's why I'm saying they must take the L, because they are such a big company that they'll bounce back from this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They must just. It's like when an advert doesn't work. Yeah. You must just accept that particular moment of marketing or whatever didn't work out. Yeah, just look for different avenues, or have tighter contracts where players are not allowed to.
Yeah, so now they probably just fit that into the contract. Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. Did you see that Julius Malema says that we shouldn't follow the lockdown restrictions because Ramaphosa doesn't want to get Sputnik V and the Chinese vaccines?
So we shouldn't follow.
He says he's not going to follow it.
That thing you call family meeting, don't include me in that family of Ramaphosa. I'm not part of that nonsense.
Bro, it's such a mess, eh?
There's this word called populist.
Yeah.
I just want to double check that it means what I think it does.
Yeah.
But so populist, a person, especially a politician, who strives to appeal to ordinary people who feel that their concerns are disregarded by established elite groups. I feel like Malema plays very well into that.
He's a pro at that.
Master.
Because he doesn't, I don't think he even believes the stuff he says.
Exactly.
And these are topics that have been discussed long ago, but he knows that it gets people going.
Exactly. It gets the people going. Like,
it's crazy.
And it's what I said, like, a few weeks ago, I said, Malema knows how to get people angry
exactly. 100%.
about the established powers, which in this case are Cyril and the ANC.
But it's crazy, bro. In America, they're literally giving away lotto raffles. There was this other, I think, $56 million lottery that you enter by just getting the vaccine. They were giving away free fries at restaurants for getting the vaccine, giving away everything, bro. Budweiser was giving away beer.
Who?
Budweiser.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And the rest of the world is struggling to get vaccines. America's bribing people to get vaccines.
A $100 savings bond in West Virginia, a $10,000 scholarship in Lancaster, California, free beer in New Jersey, donuts from Krispy Kreme, Shake Shack fries in New York City.
You just think of this when you think of vaccination.
And a drink in Connecticut. In a push to encourage Americans to get their vaccine, governments and businesses across the country are thinking outside the box. Recently, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine capturing much national attention. For Ohio residents who get their shots, the state is offering something in return, a shot at winning $1 million.
And the winner each Wednesday will receive $1 million.
America is
the
developed
power
country.
dynamics are like crazy. But
These are reminders of the fact that economically, America is
strides apart.
It's number one.
Now, Joe Biden is giving black farmers $5 billion relief, which white farmers are fighting. They're fighting everything. Joe Biden signed Juneteenth, which is a day commemorating something that was signed into law on the 19th of June, Emancipation Act.
Yeah, it commemorates the emancipation of enslaved black people.
Of slavery. So now they signed it into a holiday. And even Trevor Noah said, white people would rather not have a holiday than have black people celebrate anything. Bro, the people are fighting, bro, like, nah. I was like,
they don't want black people to have too much. Like, they're like, we gave you guys but again, Black History Month. Just enjoy that and be
chill, which is like crazy, bro. But for me, I'm so shocked because on the surface it looks like Biden is doing more for black people than even Obama did. But you obviously understand that there's red tape that they have to go through. But bro, this guy seems like he's pushing.
But also there's more pressure on Joe Biden because if you look at where the states are in terms of diversity and representation and just equality.
Yeah.
All these things have become more
wanted.
No, that's not the word. More urgent in recent years.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've come to a head. They came to a head last year with more and more black people dying, more protests and things like that. So I feel like he has more pressure, especially now. Sorry, as the guy who succeeded Trump, who was seemingly so anti-black.
But I feel like Trump proved that as a president, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And also the bar was so much lower. Obama had to do more to prove that I'm a black president. But coming after Trump, all you have to say is stuff like, Black Lives Matter. Acknowledge the simple stuff and you are doing better.
Yeah, I mean, I think both things are true.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I hope we start seeing a lot more stuff like that, especially with the black farmers thing, like in South Africa, which is like purposeful, direct, and not trying to hide that we are helping black people. I know BE is like that, but BE has been there and it has its flaws, but there's definitely like a lot more things that can be directly done to support like black businesses, black farmers.
BE is a great initiative.
I think so too.
It has not worked the way it was supposed to.
Been taken advantage of. Kind of like those 14-year-olds with pasta 19. And that's where we're gonna leave it, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share the video with a friend. Till next week, cheers.